This is the story of a comeback. Not just one, but a lifetime of them. It's the story of a voice that could shatter hearts and a spirit that refused to be shattered. This is the story of Adele and her art of the comeback. Her story begins not in triumph, but in pain. A ghost of a girl, heartbroken and lost, pouring her anguish into a diary of songs. This was the birth of 21, an album fueled by the raw, universal agony of a failed relationship. She was the heartbroken artist, and she gave the world a soundtrack for its sorrow. The comeback was meteoric. Didn't just sell, it conquered. It became a global phenomenon, a tidal wave of emotion that swept across continents. Grammy Awards piled up like monuments to her pain, and in every corner of the world, millions sang along to her anthems of loss, turning her personal devastation into a collective, cathartic triumph. But just as her voice reached its peak, it was silenced. A sudden hemorrhage, a career-threatening surgery, and a terrifying question that echoed in the quiet. Will I ever sing again? The world held its breath. The struggle was a stark, quiet battle fought away from the roar of the crowd. Then came the comeback, bathed in golden light. At the 2013 Academy Awards, a nervous but resolute Adele took the stage. The first notes of Skyfall were tentative, but then the power returned. She nailed a high note that was more than just music. It was a declaration. Moments later, she held an Oscar, her voice not just restored, but immortalized. Success casts a long shadow, and the pressure to repeat the impossible was immense. The global spotlight felt less like a stage and more like a cage. Overwhelmed, the pressured icon chose to retreat, swapping the stage for the quiet life of a new mother, disappearing from the public eye almost entirely. For years, the world wondered if she would ever return. The comeback arrived with a single sepia-toned word: hello. The iconic video stopped the world in its tracks. The subsequent album, 25, didn't just meet expectations. It obliterated them, shattering sales records and proving that her power over the public was stronger than ever. She had escaped the shadow by becoming the light. Yet another storm was gathering. The perfect image fractured, and the world saw the divorced woman, navigating the painful rubble of another love lost. This time, the pain was deeper, complicated by motherhood and public scrutiny. She channeled this complex journey of self-analysis and grief into 30, her most vulnerable work to date. From that rubble, she rebuilt an empire. The comeback culminated in Las Vegas. Here, she is not just a performer. She is a confidant, a comedian, a queen in total command. On that stage, the triumphant performer stands, laughing with her audience, sharing her story, and turning every scar into a star in her own constellation. From the ashes of heartbreak, she built a dynasty. Through silence, she found a new voice. In the face of impossible pressure, she found herself. Each fall was just the prelude to a greater rise. And in her story, we find a powerful truth: that our deepest struggles can become our greatest strengths, and that the most beautiful music often comes from the most broken of strings. This is the art of resilience. This is the art of Adele.